What the heck? Marshall! Marshall, come here. Come here. Come here. What is this? What is this poo-poo? You got a doggy door. Go on, go outside. You got a doggy door. You know how to use it. Why are you pooping in here? Okay, I'm trying to clean up Marshall's doo-doo.
This is the dopamine cotta. Fresh dopamine.
What's up, YouTube? I was going to talk about my coworker's baby shower and maybe get some stuff in there about that, but you know, I'm going to kind of go off the cuff here and talk about my dog, or dogs rather. I have 4 of them. So Marshall pooped on the floor, and you know, he's a good boy, but he poops on the floor sometimes. You know, I found Marshall I met a person, and she had cared for Marshall for quite a few years, but she runs a animal sanctuary for birds. She has over 200 birds, including doves, pigeons, fighting roosters, turkeys, you know, stuff of that sort, regular hens, chickens. So she had Marshall, but she couldn't really take care of him, and he had spent most of his life in a enclosure, like outside cage. So when I got Marshall, you know, he was about, I'd say 6 or 7 years old, I can't remember. And it was kind of a big responsibility to take him on. He doesn't have any manners as far as not peeing and pooping in the house when I first got him. It's got a lot better. He hasn't pooped or peed in the house that much, but every once in a while he'll pee on my bike and poop in the back there where you saw that other poop. That's really all he does anymore, but it's just hard to break an old dog, you know. I don't even like the term break him, but you know, it's hard to train him to be a companion animal that exists in the house with you when he's lived outside his whole life in a cage. So, but he's a pit bull, a brindle. I think he's mixed with something, not really sure, but you know, he's a really good boy. He's one of the best dogs I've ever owned. Yeah, I got him knowing he's a pit bull mix, knowing the stigma society has on pit bulls, and they just think pit bulls are the most terrible dogs in the world, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You know, a dog is only as good as its owner. If there's a bad dog, you know, chances are there's a bad person behind him, an abusive person. Dogs aren't just bad. They want to be social creatures. They are social creatures. They want to be part of the in-group. And to make them as frightened as, make a dog as frightened as they can get, or scared to the point where they bark or attack, that's a training by people, either through abuse or just training them to be bad, and that's what they think is acceptable, is biting people and whatever else. Now, Marshall's a rescue dog along with all my other dogs. They're all rescues. I won't buy, nor have I ever bought, a purebred from a breeder. I do not support breeding. I think breeders, while they think they're just making money, they don't realize the problem they're helping progress. We have a huge epidemic of homeless animals, and animals that are put down every week in animal shelters due to breeding. You know, every week, every day, thousands of animals are put down due to, you know, nobody having a home for them, or we can't find homes for them. And these dogs are just as good. I have 4 dogs. All my dogs are mutts, but I will take my dog any day of the week and put him up against a breeder's dog. I think they will be better. And a large part is because I spend a lot of time with my dogs, and I've invited them to be friends of mine within my household. But another part of it is because actual research has shown that breeder dogs have a lot of mental issues and genetic issues passed down to them. Look, we breed dogs, you know, for the sole purpose of things we like. I mean, usually when people get a dog, they pick it out. They pick that dog out because of the way they like it, you know, the way it looks. We take things about the dogs we like, we take their looks, and we take those dogs and we breed them until we get something like an English Bulldog, which is a well-known dog for massive respiratory issues and heart issues, breathing issues, because let's face it, I mean, we breed them to look like that. That's why they're so sought after. That's why they can cost anywhere from $800 to $2,300. We like that look, but they end up usually leading very short and sick lives, and if you're going to get one of those dogs, you better be prepared for a lot of doctor's bills. Owning these animals, you know, taking care of these animals, inviting these animals into your home isn't a part-time thing. You'd never do this with like adopt a child, and after he, you know, craps his pants once, you're like, no, I don't want him, and take him down to a shelter. You know, I know we do this, but it's not, we do this with children, but not to the rate we do it with animals. You know, if you're gonna get a dog, it's a lifelong commitment, you know. You're saying you're prepared to keep that dog fed and in good health and in a good mental state. That's what you're saying. But most people don't see it that way. I go down to the farmer's market and I watch people with their dogs, and their dogs are more like an accessory. They're almost like a hat or a bracelet. You see people and they look like their dogs, and their dogs look like them, and you know, you see these hardcore guys with big chains around their pit bulls' necks and make their pit bull look as mean and terrible as possible. It kind of fits their demeanor of the owner. And it's really sad that we treat getting choked out by this guy. It's really sad that we treat animals like a bracelet, something you can put on, wear as an accessory until it gets old or rough looking, or it does something you don't like, and then throw it away. Oh, that's a beautiful old pit in the back of that truck. Anyway, sorry to rant about this. It wasn't really a planned topic, so sorry if the video sounds a little funny, but it's just something I felt was important to talk about. If you got something to say on this topic, go ahead and leave a comment. If you disagree with me, leave a comment. If you liked the video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It'd be greatly appreciated. Alright guys, thanks.
Didn't even get to bronze.